Okay, it's Sunday, the 1st of November, and we're just about to head off on the 30 Sheds, 30 Pubs, 30 Days documentary around Victoria. We've got a bunch of fabulous pubs, some of the best sheds in the world. In fact, the first shed is Terry Dow's with the 1948 Tucker. So look, let's get on the road and get this show started. Let's go. Pulling into Terry's driveway. We're going around the back to have a look at his shed. Here we are, and there's a few surprising things tucked away in this shed, I can tell you. Well, here we are at Terry Dow's shed. We'll go and find Terry, have a look at his tucker and a few other things. They say tuckers don't go backwards. Have a look at that. Yeah, going backwards. Perfect, Terry.
Looks beautiful. Hey, look at this.
You don't see this every day. Okay, I'm here with Terry Dow. Hey Terry, how you going?
Good, Brendan.
Nice to see you and the tucker out here in the beautiful sunshine. Your shed number one on our 30 pubs, 30 sheds, 30 days documentary around Victoria. And I reckon this has got to be one of the best sheds in the world. Okay, Terry, so this is a 1948 Tucker that you had brought out from America. And how long have you owned it?
Came in on the 10th month of 2010. You won't forget that.
That's an easy note. 10th to the 10th.
10 out of 10, is it?
10 out of 10. It's 10 out of 10, all right. Hey, listen, there's a classic pose that Preston Tucker used to do in his tuckers, so how about you replicate that pose for me?
Is that it?
And he drives it quite regularly, don't you, Terry?
Yeah, from time to time. It's had a gearbox issue, which we've done a lot of work on.
Yep.
Now it's on. It's got a little couple of issues with first and reverse, but generally it's good.
Okay. All right, let's pop in and have a look at this shed then. It's like a dark cave at the moment, but you wait till the lights come up. Oh boy. Wow. Tell us a bit about some of these cars here.
Yeah, we raced that for...
Peter Brock's actual first car that he ever made and learnt to drive it.
Yes. His brother, there's pictures there, his brother used to sit on this little board on the side, help push start and all the rest of it. Had no brakes. Probably that's one of the big reasons how he learnt to drive so well. Good, discipline to be able to manage drifting into corners
and stopping. Braking. I mean, this has got to be one of the most, one of the most iconic vehicles in Australian history, I'd say, wouldn't you? Because it's.
There's no more of them. This is it. This is Brock's DNA sitting in that seat. The little 2-gallon petrol tin.
So how did you come across it? Tell me that.
Well, it was first discovered in a factory in Moorabbin apparently, and then the Brock Foundation had it for a period of time, and then Phil Munday offered it to us. I'm not sure the story how he got it, but we thought because of my brother's involvement with Peter Brock in the early days, we'd like to get some vehicles that are a tribute to Peter Brock and my brother, because Graham was heavily involved in Peter's first A30. It's so fortunate that it actually survived. Most of these things just end up in the tip because people don't think about it at the time.
Yeah, they know that old chassis.
I think Peter's father's had a clearance of his property, the chook shed or whatever he had there.
Yeah. So this is the remote gear stick that he's obviously designed, made and designed.
Yeah. Probably a bit of help from his dad, no doubt.
It's pretty basic, pretty obvious though, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow. A bit hard to reach up here, because you sitting back at the back wheel stick.
So, and this car here was another Peter Brock car, so tell me a bit, but it's not...
This is not the original, because when Peter sold the original A30, the guy that purchased it actually craned it and hit a wall and rode it off. So
And they never rebuilt it?
survived. There was one built by Peter's son brother,
Yep.
and that was the first reproduction, and this is the second one. Roy Reeves built this one up in Queensland with the supervision of Peter Brock. This was the first Holden built in Australia at Fisherman's Bend, and it's called number 4, the fourth Holden built. There were 2 built here, the other doesn't survive, and but this one does. Built in 46, 47. I think it was finished in August 47.
So they call it an FX or an FJ or a...
48215.
Okay, so Terry, so tell me about this car. This is identical to what your father used to own, and there is quite a story attached to this vehicle, or his vehicle.
Yes. It was found that they killed a person and cut the body up and put them into kerosene tins and set them in the back and drove to Geelong and threw those tins into the Barwon River.
No.
This is a 1951-52 Hartnett.
So there's only 2 or 3 of these left.
Yeah.
Well, that's rarer than a Tucker then.
Probably.
I think I'd rather drive the Tucker than this
I
personally.
drove it out from Motor Classica and it was a bit of a handful with all the big semis zooming past.
Oh, you drove it back here?
Yeah. It was,
So you only just bought it
Yeah.
at Motor Classica, the show the other week,
yeah.
and you drove it home.
Yeah.
You're a legend. You're an absolute legend. I can't believe that. Oh, I just, that's what I like about you so much, Terry, is that you've not only got all these cars in your collection, as you drive them, you're not worried about getting a chip or a scratch or a dent because you're obviously like me, that if it's not driven, it's not being used to its potential, it's just a hunk of metal.
Yeah. Well, I think driving them is good for them, obviously, to keep the seals and make sure the motor sort of runs freely. Wheel bearings and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
If they sit, they deteriorate.
Yes, yes.
We can't drive them all, but we drive as many as we can.
You've got a bunch of chords here, Terry, but there's something unique about each one of them, especially this one.
Yeah. Altogether, we've got 8 chords. This particular one was brought into Australia by Bob Parsons in about 1990. Reportedly owned by George Putnam, who was Amelia Earhart, the aviator's husband.
I know, I remember the first time I saw this car was at the Motor Classica when I first met you, and it was parked across the aisle from your Tucker. And I remember looking at this car and I walked over to it, and as soon as I got near it, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up.
Did they? Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, yeah.
And I went, whoa, gee, there's something about this car, and I didn't know anything about it. But it made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. And then when I spoke to you and I found out it was your car and that who originally owned it, I went, well, that explains it. So I'm obviously in tune with rare cars.
The vibration that it sends out.
I'm just going to let the music play while this eye candy just goes past you. Have a look. Upstairs is a fully kitted out retro diner from like the 50s or 60s, complete with the kitchen all ready to go.
Wow. So you've got Shirley Temple, Elvis Presley.
Marilyn.
So this collection you've got here on this wall is quite unique apparently.
Yes. Ken Arnold, who's written a lot of books on old agricultural Australian equipment and cans and tins and memorabilia, Garagenia and all the rest of it, Garaginalia. He had this collection in the back of his shop in Bendigo, and he mentioned to me that he was under a lot of pressure to sell it, like with traders and auctioneers and all the rest. And I said, Ken, you can't do it. So we made an arrangement to sort of secure it.
There's a little bit of everything in this museum. If you can't find it in here, it probably doesn't exist. But wait, there's more. Go down the hallway here and you come to the library where there is just about every book ever published, including a couple of mine hidden in here somewhere. I'll go and find it if I can.
Now
thank you very much. You're the number one shed on the 30 pubs, 30 days around Victoria Doco, and I think you'll stay number one somehow.
I'll see what comes up in that circuit.
Okay.
It's a big state.
I've got to get going because we're off to see the rest of Victoria now.
I just had to put that in there for Terry doing a little wheelie in the tucker. And then we went down to the Cardinia Park Hotel for a quick bite before we headed off. And here's Kay signing the bonnet, the first one to sign the bonnet. Alrighty, that's it for us. We're off around Victoria. Western Port Bay and French Island. Looks a bit bleak today. We're about half an hour away from San Remo. We just popped in here to have a look. So, yeah. Hey, we came, we saw. We're leaving. Okay, here we are at San Remo, and this is the Western Port Bay Hotel where we're staying tonight. I'll go in and find my contact Ali and see if we can get fixed up with a beer pretty quick. I'm dang thirsty.
So, we'll get you settled into the rooms upstairs.
Yep, we'll get ourselves sorted out, pack ourselves down, then we'll come down. What time's the band start?
5:30.
Here with Huckster, the band who are playing tonight. We got Huck, Terry and Maddie and the band. How you going, guys?
Yeah, good, mate.
So what's happening tonight?
Bit of blues? Yeah, we'll do a little bit of everything.
You seem pretty tight. I was quite impressed with your rehearsals now.
It's when you've got good musicians, it makes it easy.
Likewise. All right, guys, you're just about to go on stage, aren't you?
We are indeed.
Okay, all right, light it up and let's have a good night.
Thanks.
You gotta need my help someday. Said hold on, pretty mama. Gonna need my help someday. I wish you had listened to some of the things I said.
That's a wrap on the Western Port tonight. We had a good night here with the band Huckster and a few people. It was good. The food was excellent. Staff were friendly. Yeah, we had a good night here. So if that's the start of this trip, beauty. Can't get any better for it. So yeah, okay. Western Port Hotel. Thanks very much.